Continue. higher.
MDK presents Limitless Volume 1. Custom wavetables and presets for Serum.
It's fucking. ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Today, we will crown a champion.
It's a championship inside smoke!
That's a quad kill, and that's going to be it. What a performance.
Oh my goodness!
They want the trophy, and they've got it. This is what grand finals are about. This is why we love Counter-Strike.
Be focused. Be uncompromising. Be the best and never hold out. Pick your event. Place your bet. No matter who you are or what you're here for, it's our passion that unites us. Betway, for the love of the game.
What the hell? This thing never works.
Wrong song.
Hey everyone, I am John JRT Tsupanarius. I'm going to be your host for tonight, and we have a very exciting match coming up. It's going to be ESL Pro League Big up against North. We have round number 1 starting here. This is an important match for Big. They want to avoid the auto relegation, because if they lose both these matches, it is all but over. They will be back to MDL next season. If they win one, they still have a chance, and if they win two, they have their best chance of perhaps avoiding it entirely. Over for North, they've already secured their spot in the finals, or in the playoffs I should say. They're going to move it on, just trying to take that number 1 spot away from Fnatic, which they can do if they win both maps here tonight. Here we go though. North going to move into the A site now. MSL going to try and spot out Tapson. He does. Tapson did find one before he went down though, and Config going to get the frag as well for North. MSL doing work trying to secure that site for his team. Nex and Gabi still standing though. Going to have to go for the retake though. Config over on A, as Nex on the ramp here. All members of North checking out where Big could be coming from. Gabi falls there. The IGL for Big. And now Nex is the last one standing. Gonna have to work his way back to the site and get 3 frags, but that's not gonna happen. Good tap there from the P250 of Nex, and that will be that. It is gonna be 1-0 for North. North have 47 points. They are number 2 overall in the EU division of ESL Pro League right now, with Big sitting at number 14. They are 9-15 overall. Win percentage on Cobblestone for Big is 57.1%, over on North 65.1%, and North has a lot more experience on this map than Big. 28-15 for them and 20-15 for Big. As North going to buy up 2 UMP 45s, 2 Mag 10s, and an AK. Going to be a CZ force buy up here for Big, with 1 Deagle in the hands of Taps and AZ. Gonna throw this grenade right on through that smoke, then spam through it to spot out anyone, but nothing doing there, at least so far. North giving Big some respect here, just waiting patiently for their execute to come onto the B site. Taps and peeks around though from the B platform, gets the headshot on Cajun B. And next gonna get a second one for Big, so this is a good start for them in this round. A couple of quick frags in the first 30 seconds. And we're sitting at a 5v3 now. They can't retrieve the guns, of course. They're a little too far up, but North is going to find Keeve inside of danger, and that could clear up some space on the A site. Only Legija is standing there to greet them. MSL is jiggle peeking around the fence trying to find him. And he will, yes. So North does take the A site. Going to have to be a rotate coming in from Big. They have read it, So here comes Gobby with Nex reinforcing him. Nex only at 14 HP though, as the bomb gonna get planted there. Config spraying down, trying to find the frags, gets it on Gobby, but Nex keeps hope alive for big in this round with the CZ frag, and Config taps and coming out with the Mac 10. MSL falls. Now Valdi trying to make a play on the rooftop here. Over on A, jumps up, gets one. Great frag for him. Looking for more. Over on Nex, and he won't find it. Nex with a good headshot over on Valdi, and that'll be that. So big winning their eco, and we're tied up here 1-1. Looking at the economy of North, well, it should be okay with that bomb plant. They might want to opt for a pistol buy up here, and then wait to have the full utility in the following round. Here we go. Round number 3. I was checking out the chat a little earlier, guys. I think a lot of fans here for Big and North. I don't know what the ratio is, but maybe you guys can decide. Haven't seen any predictions yet in the chat, but I'll keep an eye out and see what you guys think. As the last 4 matches actually, for Big, all losses. So they're on a 4-game losing streak here in ESL Pro League. Cajun, Config, and AZ gonna go up here. It's gonna be 2 AKs, a UMP 45, CZ, and a Deagle for North. So they are forcing up here, trying to get the frags. A nice nade thrown there by Kiev over at long A. So did a bit of damage on MSL, who has the AK, might peek around the corner, but here comes the engagement over at B. Tapson gonna win down on Config, so it's gonna be a 5v4 now. Tapson spraying through that smoke. He's full flash, and so is Nex, so they're gonna have to back off, be a little cautious here of the push through that smoke, and AZ's gonna try it. Not gonna succeed though. He falls, making it a 5v3. Cajun B, Valdi, and MSL still standing for North. They need to find their first frag, and there it is. MSL, good spray down there on Legija. So 4v3 now. North just trying to find that second frag for themselves in this round. Make this back at a 3v3. Cajun B gonna try and regroup with MSL over at long A here. With 38 seconds left on the clock, likely gonna be an A hit for them. MSL's managed to creep his way towards the fence without getting spotted. Kiev is staring right in that direction, who will peek around in a moment. And Nex over from balcony does get the sprayed on MSL. So now Cajun B and Valdi in a 4v2. Cajun B, a career KDR of 1.15, ADR of 75. Very strong player here for North. Has had a few good games lately, but he's going to get sprayed down by Nex. M4A4 sprayed down on him, leaving only Valdi standing. And Valdi's going to get one. Time's going to run out anyways. He's just going for as many frags as he can get to try and damage the economy of Big. And that's going to be that, though. Big wins the round as the time expires here. North, Valdi going to bring that AK into the next round. But because of that force up, North's going to be pretty strapped for cash here. And they're going to have to save up, doing a full save. 2 of them below the 2K mark. Not by much. Cajun B is actually going to take a chance here behind the smoke, and wow, yeah, they're just going to force up here. So North not going to save it all, forcing up whatever they can get, and they're just going to go for perhaps a bit of a quick execute here on B. We'll see what goes down though. No, they're going to slow down a little bit. Tapson going to get that utility used over on B as Config, full flash, great flash thrown by Big there, and Tapson takes advantage of it. 5v4 now. As North going to have to regroup here and decide, do they go for it? Oh, what a molly thrown by Big. MSL's going to have to back off entirely. That is great for Big here. MSL going to spray down too, though. Nex and Tapson. Not sure what Tapson was doing there that up close, but in any case, MSL going to get him. Gobby, though, still with Legija and Kiev, and Gobby turns it around, getting that frag on AZ. MSL, 2 HP. He's an easy mark. You just have to find him. Valdi goes down to Gobby, and Gobby doing work here on B. Cajun B taps Legija in the head, evening out at 2v2 once more. Keith over from drop, spraying down, trying to get MSL. MSL, I don't know how he survived here with 2 HP over on drop for so long, but he's going to get that smoke thrown out to try and retrieve the drop bomb. Gonna get it. It's Gobby, only 3 HP, hiding right behind that smoke. MSL's trying to wait for someone to peek over here. Nothing doing. Managed to get another smoke through that one. And then going to get that bomb planted behind it. Gobby going to creep up your MSL. Playing it pretty well. Lots of experience on his side. 1,000 plus maps played. There's Cajun B waiting around the corner as well. Defending this bomb plant. Gobby slowly but surely peeks around the corner, but Cajun B faster to the trigger. Gets the frag. Kiev comes around from chicken though. Gets Cajun B only 2 HP on MSL. Kiev just has to spawn him first. He does. Great round for Kiev. Coming out there using that frag they got on Gabi to his advantage to get the immediate trade, and then find the frag over on MSL. So that's going to be that. Defusal for him, even without that kit. Big picks up their 3rd round victory, so the force up for North, again, not going to pay off here. They'll soon be at full loss bonus, though, at 3,400. If they lose one more, Big picking up 3 in a row now. Round differential for Big is -60 this season in ESL Pro League. Not the season they were hoping for, I'm sure. I mean, you have one of the best IGLs in the business here in the form of Gabi. Not always going to be that top frag, but he holds his own well enough. And with a mind like that, you really aren't too fussed to have him on your team. Gabi with the AK here, right near drop. Gonna get AZ more than likely, yes. Waiting patiently for AZ to push. He gets that. Keeve finds the frag on MSL in the meantime. Valdi trades 1 back. So Keeve is down. 4v3 for Big. Not a force up here from North, but Config did get the op off of Keeve, who is the main opper on Big. Config was hiding in that corner, got sprayed down quite a bit. Over at long, and he's going to engage with Legija very shortly. Legija gets that flashbang throw, just enough to get him pulled back onto that A site. As North, I think it would be in their best interest to try and save the op into the next round. Cajun B and Config. Someone in chat saying it's pronounced Legia, or okay. Legia, maybe. Sorry guys, I'm indeed from NA. Hard to pronounce on my end. Cajun B with the Deagle, gonna be followed up by Valdi. They're gonna get onto the A site, but Tapson waiting around ramp, mid-ramp. He's gonna get the frag. Nix follows up with one of his own. Valdi did get one before that, but now it's a 3v1, and Config with the op. Gonna try and go for this, surprisingly, so he has a lot of confidence on his end. Not gonna do anything at all, though. That'll be that. Like, Legia gets the frag there, and it's going to be 4-1 in favor of Big. Going into round number 6, guys. Checking out the scoreboard, you have MSL at the top, 7-4, Valdi 4-4, Config 3-4. Over on Big, you have Tabson 7-4, Nix 7-2, and then Keeve and Gabi with 3 frags each. Interesting to note, though, for MSL is that he's had a bit of an up and down past 4 games. He's either at the top of the scoreboard or at the bottom. So, a little inconsistent on his end. We'll see what MSL will show up tonight. MSL, going to see that smoke pop off towards long A, and he's going to wait with Config for that to slowly but surely diffuse. Legia. This is going to be a long night pronouncing Legia's name, but I'll get it eventually. Frag going to be thrown here. Legia. I don't know. Whatever. I give up. Legia going to get the frag over on Config. MSL getting the AK trade immediately. 4v4. Keeve going to get the op frag on MSL. 4v3 now. I knew this name was going to be the curse of the night, as Keeve and Gabi going to be on the A site. Going to defend it here in this 4v3. Still an opportunity for North to come and take it. With those 3 AKs, they're going to favor the B site, and they're going to have to, as time's going to tick away on them here. 31 seconds remaining. Next. Wants to site, engage with AZ. That's a good frag over from Rock for Nex. He's going to get traded immediately by Valdi, who might spot out Tapson as well. He does. Valdi, the most recent pickup here for North, doing a great job on those 2 frags. And now it's a 2v2. Keeve and Gabi going to have to go for the retake here, as they were all the way on the A site. Gabi coming around from connector. And Big probably wanted to play that a little better. You have the 2v4, 2 men on B, not a single frag to come of it. Valdi did all the work to get this bomb plant down. Flashbang going to be thrown over here. As Keeve, oh wow, look at this. Gabi going to try and fake the defusal. No smoke to cover him though, and then Valdi gets 2 more. There we go. Valdi stepped up his game here to finally bring North back into it. They now have their second round victory and have shut down the 4 consecutive round streak for Big. I'm going to stick with Legia, guys. And that's that. No more talking about it. We're done. 146 in the round here. Round number 7 of action. North looking to try and pick up their 29th victory as a team on Cobblestone. Big is trying to avoid that auto relegation. They need to win at least one of these maps to give themselves a chance to get out of the gutter. 14th and last overall in ESL Pro League. North just coming and picking them apart over on B. MSL finds 2 coming out of drop. AZ and Cajun B wrap it up with 2 more, leaving only Kiev with the CZ. Was an eco round, of course, for Big, and Kiev's only going to have that CZ in hand. Best case scenario for him, get a frag, get a gun, bring it into the next round. 2K all around. Big should have enough to get a decent buyout, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for the double save here. For V1 still, Kiev looking for this. And it's going to take away here, guys. North going to win this round, of course. As Kiev just going to wait for someone to come in his direction, but no one is going to be around there. He's just going to come out and check out B site. No guns to find, and that'll be that going into round number 8, guys. And we'll see if Big can come back here. It looks like they're going to choose to save up once more. Not a bad decision. Going for the pistol armor buy. Scout, 2 CZs, P250, and a MAC-10. MSL gonna go out here, get the frag on Legija. So a good push here by North. 5v4. Kiev going to find Config. Next gets the frag as well. Valdi gonna come back with 2 of his own. Kiev and next his victims, and Kiev's gonna get burned alive by Valdi's molly. So pretty well played here by North, taking advantage of the lack of hardware on Big side. AZ is gonna fall to the headshot from Gabi. Agent B comes out and finds Gabi and taps him with a quick 2K spray down, and that'll be that. North has brought it back, tied it up at 4-4. So in the last 4 matches for North, they are winning 3 out of their last 4. They lost 1 against Heroic, and had they won that match, it would have been a lot easier for them to overtake first place from Fnatic. But unfortunately, a loss there. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty much for bragging rights at this point. But it matters, I guess, a bit in the seedings, of course. So now Cajun B, MSL, going to go towards the long A. 3 men from North towards long, and 2 up at mid. Leaky out here with the M4A4 looking towards long, and Liga's just going to back off, probably wait for Config to peek him out there with 51 seconds remaining on the round. 2-1-2 split here for Big. Kiev checking out mid a little bit aggressively here, but it's a good play as Valdi's going to pop around that corner in just a moment. I think he sees his arm peeking out a little bit. No, Valdi's going to back off, then he jumps through. Kiev doesn't get the shot off, and now 3 members of North going to work their way towards that mid area. Config and Cajun B gonna find the frags. Config finds a 3rd there. Now it is a 3v2. Gabi and next the last one standing here. And Big Not looking good here on their first buy run for a couple of rounds. Gabi trying to find Config, does get the spray down, but AZ finds Next right before that. Time is going to almost take away Gabi with a huge clutch there. Cajun B and AZ both looking in the wrong direction. Of course, one going for the bomb plant, but Gabi coming out big for his team there. 5-4 in Big's favor. And it's going to be round number 10 here, guys. And match going to be paused. Probably Big. Just want to settle things down a little bit. They lost a lot of hardware on that round. And they're going to have not as much utility as they would like. Only 2,400 and 2,700 in the bank accounts for Nex and Kiev. Looking at the career stats here, of course, Config, one of the oppers, sometimes rocks the op for North. Rating of 1.14 right now, top of his team. Doing pretty well for himself. But as I mentioned, Cajun B is really the story. Top frag for 3 out of the last 4 matches, 103 frags in that span, and a 90.73 ADR. North. Ball's going to end here now, and they're going to move into this B site. Flashbang going to come out. As Next kind of trapped. Gonna get flashbang, smoked, everything's coming out here for North on B. Here comes the execute. They're gonna charge right on through. And Next has an opportunity to get a couple here, and he will. AZ and Valdi gonna go down, maybe a third for him. Yes, indeed. Next with the 3K, maybe 4. But he finally gets sprayed down by Cajun B, but Next played that perfectly behind the smoke. No one checked the corner, and he took advantage of it. Wasted no opportunities. 6-4 now in favor of Big. 13-7 for Next, who's stepping up his game once more. He's been top frag for 2 out of the last 4 matches for his team. He's been helping out, along with Taps, and both of them doing pretty good work for their team. Unfortunately, all of those frags were in losing efforts. Hopefully this time, that won't be the case. Tapson and Nex. Gonna be on the B side here. 2-1-2 split for Big. Cajun B. Gonna get this boost from Valdi over at Long B, or try to anyway. Hits his head on the box 3 times. And finally gets up. And Nex pops around the corner, and well, that was all for nothing pretty much. Nex getting the headshot on Cajun B. Now it's gonna be a 5v4. Config. Waiting around the corner here. Flashbang thrown from Big, so they're just trying to use their utility wisely here, burn some time off the clock. And there's another smoke towards Long B, so North gonna have to wait that out again. They don't have any utility to push through it. It is a save round for them. A Deagle, 2 Glocks, and a P250. They're gonna try and creep out. That's probably a mistake, as Big gonna spray down Config. That's Next. Legia spots out, or Legia spotting out MSL. And now Tapson going to get the frag on Valley. Next. Valde, excuse me, and Next gets the final one over on AZ. That's going to make it 7-4 in favor of Big, and Big starting to roll along here. Like I mentioned, they need this one way more than North does. They know it. They don't want to face auto relegation. They at least want to fight in a match against the top MDL team to try and keep their spot in ESL Pro League. Ideally, if they win both, and listen to this, it's going to get a bit complicated. If they have to go 2-0, Navi can only get 2 or fewer points, Heroic can only get 1 or fewer points, and Godsend can only get 3 or fewer points. If that all happens, and Big, of course, like I said, goes 2-0, they will stay in Pro League, won't even have to play a relegation match. It's a lot to ask for, especially against a team like North. Config, going to get the headshot over on Keep. Next, trades it back, then taps and finds the second, making it a man advantage for Big. Config and Legia trade kills. Now Config doing work, trying to get onto this B site. Gets 2 and evens out at a 2v2. Gabi, Legia coming around. Cajun B gonna get that bomb plant over on the B site. Gabi and Legia gonna have to rotate around to get back here for Big. It's been 3 rounds in a row for Big. They've been playing pretty well on their CT side. Gabi going to tap Cajun B in the head. That's going to be that for him. And Config now the last one standing. He does have 3 in the round. This would be an ace for him if he can find both of these frags, if he needs to, which he probably will. A couple of flashbangs thrown over. Config manages to dodge the fire of Legia. Gabi closes in on him though, and then Legia finds the frag on Config. So that'll be that. Legia getting a 2K, but no kit for them. No time to defuse. North going to win anyway. Good job playing the time there by North, and they're going to get their 5th round victory for that after. Guys going crazy in the chat. I'll get it. It's my first cast here for ESL Pro League, guys. Pretty excited to be here for sure. And you know, Big is one of my favorite teams. I really have a lot of respect for Gabi. He's been in the scene for so long. He's a stand-up guy. Every time you see him in interviews, you just can't help but like him. And he's probably one of the top 5, maybe top 2 IGLs in CSGO. Cajun B going to get that opening frag there on the A side against Kiev. Valdi finds Legia. And now a 5v3. Gabi, Tabson, and Nex going to have to try and fight off North at the A side with North full site control here. Might be a 3-man save because their economy is not good after having just lost the previous round. They forced up here. And they're all just going to stick together. Ensure they at least find a trade if one of them goes down. Gabi gonna get the AK shot over on AZ. So that's a good exit frag for Big. 4v3 now. Valdi shows his head as well, and Tabson finds him. So at least a bit of damage done to the economy of North in this round. Will be a 6-round victory for them. But it's a close one. You know, Big staying in this one. Definitely don't look like a last place team right now, which is good for them. I think that their record doesn't reflect their skill level. Big is a better team than their record in ESL Pro League shows. And they've had some good performances on LAN as of late as well. So it just right now online isn't clicking for them. Maybe it'll start to do so soon. But regardless what happens in Pro League for them, I still think they're going to be a team to watch for some time to come. Kiev going to play inside of danger here. Just patiently waiting for North to come to them. 2-1-2 split again here. MSL tries to peek into danger. Kiev takes quite a bit of damage in that engagement. Config finds Legia, who is going to help support his teammate. And now Config has a bit of an advantage. The high ground here on Kiev, and he is not going to waste that opportunity. He gets the frag. 4v3 now in favor of North. Gabi tried to spray down Cajun B. Almost did, but Cajun B escaped by the skin of his teeth. 4v3 now. Valdi gonna follow AZ here towards long A. Smoke dissipates as they turn that corner, and the bomb's gonna regroup over at long B. They have 1 member to kill to take this site. That is Tabson, and he will go down. AZ with the spray down from the AK coming in. Config gonna engage with Gabi. Maybe if timing is in his favor, he will get an easy frag. Gets Gabi down to 6. Gabi doesn't even turn around. I'm not sure what Gabi was thinking there. Took some damage from behind, didn't turn around to try and find out who it was. Maybe had his sights set on someone, and Next can now be the last one standing here with the M4A4. North, full control of this B site. Bomb will tick away. And of course, Next gonna just try and save this M4A4 going to the final round. So it will be 7-7 tie as we head into the 15th and final round of this first half. Guys, you're watching ESL Pro League, Big versus North. And this is the final match day for EU, where Big determines their own fate. Will they be auto-relegated, or will they be able to stick in Pro League, at least for one more season? Bomb's going to explode, as mentioned. Here it is, 7th round victory for North. Final round of play, and we'll see if Big ends up on the right side of an 8-7 scoreline. Checking out the scoreboard. Look at Nex putting on a show. 18-8, Tabson 11-11, and Gabi 10-7. The other 2 members, Kiev and Legia, below 500. Legia's been struggling a little bit actually lately. I think just not getting the frags 55, the lowest on the team in the last 4 matches in Pro League, and also the lowest ADR at 60.27. So his struggles continue here. Valdi gonna get spotted up by Gavi. I think Gavi was hoping for a little more with that. The swag 7 shot to the head. MSL with a good molly thrown, spots out Keeve. Lagia comes around to try and support. He gets one, but Config trades it right on back, so it's a 4v3 now. Gavi taps in and Nex still have an opportunity to try and pick this one up, but they're, of course, their hardware is not too good. They had to force up 2 FAMASas and the swag 7. Cajun B locked in with the op, waiting for someone to foolishly walk into his crosshairs, but didn't see anyone. Gavi throws that flashbang down towards mid. Cajun's gonna have to patiently await his chance to get into that B site. We only have, on the A site, only 2 members on A, 1 on B. Make that 1 on A as Next just gets spotted up by Valdi immediately as Valdi came out towards the ramp. Smoke gonna pop off. And here comes the execute onto the A site. There is still 1 on A. They don't know. Here's Gavi. Oh no, what a shame. Valdi came around the perfect angle. Got Gavi, and that's going to be that. Taps in. Awesome signing. Has a flank on Cajun B. Oh, pulls out the nade at the wrong time. And Cajun B just turns around, flicks him right to the chest, and that's going to be that. Taps in, goes down, and Big do indeed fall on the wrong side of that one. 8-7 in the first half, as we are going to gear up to get started with the second. Guys, I am John JRT Supinarius. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can hit me up at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end. Because for some reason, when I tried to sign up with JRTTV without the E's, it was already used on Twitter, and then it couldn't be used because that user got banned. I have no idea why. But maybe one day, if I have enough followers, I can just go to Twitter and say, hey guys, can I take that? And they'll be like, sure. One can dream. But we're going to get going here very shortly with this second half. Not a bad half, of course, for either team. Some would argue that, you know, Cobblestone is slightly T-sided, so for Big to come up with 7 over on CT side is pretty impressive. But when you're playing at the level these guys are, it's all down to the strategies. That's the big difference maker. We'll see what Gabi's got in mind here for his T-sided strats. It's going to be important here for Big to try and pick this one up. Going to be also casting another match tonight, guys. I'm going to be on Splice versus CLG, and that one is going to be even more interesting because CLG has not secured their spot in the playoffs, and they could actually fall out completely if they don't win. I think it's at least 1. If they win 1, they're done. They're in. If they lose both, well, it's going to be a bad sequence of events if they miss those playoffs. It's both teams here. As you guys well know, Big needs to win both maps to try and stay in ESL Pro League without facing relegation. More likely than not, if Big wins 1, they're going to be playing a relegation match. If they win 2, I mean, I don't know, like I mentioned, a crazy turn of events could keep them in Pro League without that match. In any case, that's enough about that. We're going into half number 2, guys. Thank you for all the support inside of chat. Really appreciate it. North up 8-7. Looking to take number 1 away from Fnatic. They'll need both tonight to try and do that. Big playing with their backs against the wall, trying to dig themselves out of the hole that is 14th place in ESL Pro League. And here we go. Keeve going to be pushed up pretty aggressively here. Here's a decoy thrown out for Big. Maybe trying to attract attention towards Long B or make them think it's fake. It's not really working either way, as Valdi and Cajun B going to pop up. Oh, here's Keeve up close. Valdi's not going to expect that. There's the play that Big was waiting for. Cajun B does trade it out immediately, And now next, Legia and Gabi gonna try and support each other over at long, but Cajun just doing work. Tap and heads back and forth. 3 for him. Almost a 4th on Legia, but Legia finally recovers and gets the frag. But after all of that is said and done, he has AZ, MSL, and Config to deal with, and they know exactly where he is. The only advantage he has is that the bomb is on his back, so he could try rotating around back to A. 55 seconds left to do so. Config, AZ, and of course MSL will have to stay on the B side for him to pull it off. I think he's just going to try and go for it, and he walks into a hail of bullets. Legia going to fall 9-7 in favor of North. So North winning a very important pistol round for themselves. Big not able to get the bomb plant down, so we might see a force up from them. But sometimes, actually more often than not as of late, you'll see teams saving up a little bit of economy in their second round, even if they don't get the bomb plant, because they want to have a good buy-up on their third round. And that's exactly what you see Big doing here. You have 2 P250s, 2 CZs, a Deagle, and 2 smokes. Config with a good aggressive push towards long A, spots out Kiev, gets Tabson as well, and AZ finds Legia trying to push through mid. So Nex and Gabi just waiting for Config, I guess, to take them down, and indeed that's what happens. A 4K for Config on the eco round for Big. 10-7 now overall. As we're going into round number 18 of this second half. Big going to save up once more. 3 Glocks, 2 P250s. It's going to be a nade stack from Big coming in. We'll see what they decide to do. Probably going to try and get Config, who's pushed up aggressively a few times. They throw those nades towards long. Unfortunately, the gamble didn't pay off. Config waited patiently that time. AZ sprays down Tabson and also Legia. Config goes down to the push by Nex and Gabi. Nex does fall to AZ's UMP45, and now Gabi just gonna get naded by MSL. That's a touchdown for MSL, and that's gonna be that for the round. 11-7 now in favor of North. So first 3 rounds go in their favor. Here comes the buy-up, an important round for Big to try and pull things back in their favor. They have a 4-round deficit to overcome. As Cajun B, that's a flashbang thrown out there. I think, yes, yeah, it was. He wanted to buy up, I think it was a molly or a smoke, and just had an extra flashbang in his inventory, so threw that one away. AZ gonna molly up mid. Legia creeping around there, spraying through the door. I think he hit AZ once. Yeah, AZ's down to 82, and now he's down to 53. Good wall bang here for Legia. You see a 2-1-2, actually more of a, 2-1-2 split here. With AZ playing closer to connector and Config opping over at long A. The Danish team North having an excellent season, an excellent year overall for their team. Looking to pick up their 17th win overall. If they take this map, Big will look for their 10th. You see Valdi here patiently awaiting a push from drop. Big not committing yet. They have 3 members towards B. 50 seconds left to decide which site they're going to go to. Look like they're a bit unsure as to their destination here. Still have the 4 smokes. Time is ticking away on them. Smoking to pop off there towards long B. And now Cajun gonna play inside the chicken coop. Always dangerous playing in there. If you get sprayed down, if those 4-5 AKs come through, spraying down chicken coop, just gonna be a disaster for Cajun. But now he's gonna switch it up. Gonna be at the statue. Tabson, Gabi, and Kiev gonna come through towards drop. Kiev and Tabson fall. Gabi goes down as well. Cajun B putting on a show here with the op. Easy 3K, 3 shots, 3 kills, and it was wrapped up by 2 frags from Valdi. And now North picking up that 12th round. They pretty much dash the hopes of Big to get a buy-up in this one. And Big gonna have to make some CZs and Deagles work in this round to pick up a victory. 12-7 now. North has not lost here in this second half. 5, make that 4 consecutive round victories in a row. It's the first map of 2, guys. We're here on Cobblestone right now. Map number 2 will be Overpass. Right now, North cruising along. AZ gets the 2K spray down on Kiev. May get the third on Legia, but Legia's doing a good job peeking back and forth with this P250 and spots out AZ. So that's one frag for Big, but in the meantime, Config and MSL tear apart Gabi and Legia, leaving only Taps and defend for himself and try to find a gun, which he does to his credit. Config falls. And now Taps in with the op, going to engage with MSL, but MSL pops around the corner and makes no mistake with that AK spray down, headshotting him 13-7 in favor of North. It's getting down to the wire for Big. For sure, they probably wanted to secure their victory right off the bat on Cobblestone and at least get auto relegation out of their minds so they could focus more on the match and Overpass. But now, even more pressure being put on their shoulders if they're unable to come back and win here. Smoke going to come out for Valdi towards Long B, and he's going to see a molly in front of that. Config, that's a great initial shot. I mean, just going out with the op towards mid, spotting out Kiev, getting the 5v4 for his team, then falling back. Cajun, double op setup here for North. Not unusual, as Cajun and Config can both switch back and forth between rifles and ops, and of course rock the double up setup effectively. Config does fall, but MSL to the rescue, gets next, and Legia with a good spray down from the M4A4. Tapson comes back, trades it on MSL. Gabi and Tapson still standing, trying to make the clutch happen here, but AZ's closing in on one side with Valdi from the other, setting up a good crossfire. AZ finds Gabi. Tapson, the last one standing on the site, doesn't have the bomb, and Valdi going to find another one there. That'll be that 14-7 in favor of North. Not good here for Big in any way, shape, or form. They're going to have to force up here to prevent that 15th round victory going North's way. The utility won't be as strong as they'd like, I guarantee you that. They have 4 smokes, 2 mollies, and a decent amount of flashbangs. We'll see what they have up their sleeve in this round. Tapson just breaking all the glass here. To what end, I'm not sure. Legia gets the opening frag over on Config. Now it's a 5v4. Good start here for Big. Want to give North that psychological edge if they pick up that 15th round. They'll give them 8 match points if they do so. Cajun B. Oh, look at this. AZ gonna get the frag over on Legia. Now it's a 4v4, so a good comeback there for North in the round. Not good news at all for Big. Tapson gonna get sprayed down by Valdi here, and then a nade gonna come his way. Could get him. No, Tapson managed to get out of the way. Would have had to do full damage to take him down, but he survives. 36 HP. Next in Kiev gonna throw that smoke towards Long. Try to guise their advance in there. Valdi waiting there, and Cajun B finds the frag over on Tapson. Valdi playing perfectly to spot out Kiev. Sees Gabi as well, or we'll see him in a moment. Gets him, and MSL comes from the flank to take down next. North just playing this perfectly on their CT side. Have not dropped a single round. They are at 7 in a row, 15-7 now. You know, it was already going to be a tall order for Big to win 1 match against North. 2 was absolutely, you know, probably the least likely thing to happen, especially the way they've been playing as of late. And now it doesn't look good at all, of course. Still will have an opportunity to overpass if things don't go well here. They're on a force up. They have a Galil, a Deagle, and no more Deagle. Next gets falls to the M4A4 fire by Valdi. 5v3 now as MSL takes down Tapson, but Gabi, 2 big plays. MSL and Valdi go down. That is a weak B site now. Only 1 member remaining, Cajun B with the op, and Gabi gets a third. Gabi going for a very impressive individual effort here to keep his team in this one. Cajun and Config, the ops up and running for them. Probably want to pick up an M4A4 in this situation. Config goes for the no-scope over on Gabi, who misses it in midair as well, and Legia spraying down Config, knowing he's in that area, and that's a great job for him. So it's not over yet. Big 3v1, bomb gonna get planted on this A site. Cajun still has his op. I think they have plenty of money to go for this one. It is a lot of money to give away, of course. Too big if you lose this op. I think Cajun is hungry for it. He's going to try. Gija waiting around. What a flick and recovery by Cajun after he took so much damage from the spray. Survived with 13. I think he's going to be happy with that one. He's going to back off. He had the health to try to engage initially and go for this one. But after that one frag, he's going to say, you know what? Economy damage well enough. They're not going to have a strong buy next round either. Let's leave it at that. So, 8th round victory here. Going to come in for big. They're going to need to win out just to push this one into OT. The problem is, of course, for big, is that even if you get to OT, because of the new OT rules in the ESL Pro League this season, you'll only have the chance to get 2 points. So they're already at a disadvantage. They really needed the 3. They needed a win in regulation. That's just not going to happen at this point. Best case scenario, they get 2. It's going to be a long road ahead for them to get to that point in conflict with a good pop flash thrown up against Gabi, and Gabi full flashed has to back off to prevent himself from getting just completely destroyed there. Great round there for Gabi. The previous one finds 3 frags, 2 on B, then 1 on the rotate from A to keep his team in this one and get their first round victory of the second half. Config, though, that is not good news. Gets the first frag over on Kiev. 5v4 now with 1:15 on the clock. Gabi again gets Config. Can he do it for a second consecutive round? I'm sure he's going to try. Here comes a bit of a battle. I think that's inside of drop there. MSL going to find taps, and Nex trades it out. So it's still 3v3. Gabi coming on through towards mid now. The bomb is close by. Nex gets the frag over on Valdi. 3v2 now. AZ is the only challenge here on the A site. Nex trying to sell this B play. That will give a free plant to Legia. Cajun looking towards drop. Ooh, timing not in his favor there. Nex popped out right after he looked away. And now Nex going to back off. AZ finds the frag over on A, on Legia and Gabi. Oh no, what a terrible turn of events there for Big. Nex now going to have to do this on his own. AZ going to throw a good molly, does damage, then gets the end, its final frag, of course, to this. It's going to be 16-8, the final score in favor of North here on Cobblestone. Whew. So now, that is one less map here for Big to try and prevent themselves from the auto relegation. If they lose both, that's it. They're done. They're back to MDL. Overpass is going to be a very important map for them to try and pull off. Guys, I do hope you're enjoying the cast so far. We're going to come right back with Overpass in a few moments. I believe that starts actually maybe in about 30 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check the time. I'll get the timer up for you. If you're enjoying the cast, please give me a follow over on Twitter. That's at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end. Would really appreciate that. And thanks for all your support inside of the chat. We'll be back very shortly with more ESL Pro League. Big up against North. Overpass will be the map.
MDK presents Limitless Volume 1. Custom wave tables and presets for Serum.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Hey, what's good everybody? I'm gonna be making my way out of this chair finally in December again for the ESL Pro League finals in Denmark or Dansk. You can join me, we can have a good time, we can watch the best teams in the world battle it out for the trophy.
Cross, nice, no goal, looks for the other. Device! How sick!
Good luck everybody, see you in the Dansk.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Ultra.
Yo, this is dirty.
What the hell? This thing never works.
Wrong song.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Today, we will crown a champion.
It's a championship inside smoke.
That's a quad kill, and that's going to be it. What a performance.
Oh my goodness.
They want the trophy, and they've got it. This is what grand finals are about. This is why we love Counter-Strike.
Be focused. Be uncompromising. Be the best and never hold out. Pick your event. Place your bet. No matter who you are or what you're here for, it's our passion that unites us. Betway, for the love of the game.
Killer bass one and it's a serious sound. Everybody up and try your hands in the air if you feel the Irish and let me see ya fuckers gonna drop on. Boom, there's the sound of the killer bass one and it's a serious sound. Everybody up and try your hands in the air if you feel the Irish and let me see ya fuckers gonna drop on.
How did you get that amazing sound? Come on.
It's fucking.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Hey, what's good everybody? I'm gonna be making my way out of this chair finally in December again for the ESL Pro League finals in Denmark or Dansk. You can join me, we can have a good time, we can watch the best teams in the world battle it out for the trophy.
Across, nice, no scope, looks for the other. Device! How sick is
Good luck everybody, see you in the Dansk.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to the stream once more. I am John, JRT Tsupanarius. I'm going to be your host tonight again for North versus Big. This is their second map, this time on Overpass. The first one, of course, going to North by a score of 16-8. But here we go, getting right into the action with this pistol round here. Big, if they do not get 3 points, that means a regulation win in this match, they will be automatically relegated to MDL. I'm pretty sure that if that happens, that Big will probably win almost every single match in MDL, so in any case, they're a very good team that just hasn't had the best of luck in their online play lately. MSL pushing up pretty aggressively here. Of course, the map is Overpass, and on Overpass, anything goes. You'll see pushes from either team. CT's ending up inside the T-spawn, and vice versa as Config doing work here. A 3K for him, looking for 4, gets a 4th, not the 5th though. That's MSL's, and that's a great start here for North, looking to pick up where they left off. Only lost 1 round in their second half over on Cobblestone. They are now 15-7. So these guys are secure in every way in terms of making the playoffs. The only thing at stake here for North now is a first place finish. If they can win this map, they get 53 points, and then if Fnatic loses, I think it's both of their matches, or one of their matches, then they will take first place. For Big, obviously a lot more at stake here in the second round. They're going to be buying up just a little bit. A CZ, a P250, and 3 Desert Eagles. A lot of utility for Legia. We've got 2 flashbangs, a smoke, and a decoy. Cajun going to spray down Kiev to open up the round here. Next trades it back, then Gabi with the 1D on MSL. Nice shot for Gabi. That's a 4v3. Big looking to come back and win their eco once more, as they did in the first half over on Cobblestone. Next, hiding out near the tree here over at Long A. Got 2 M4s in their hands, and this is very winnable. Look at Nexa and Tapson. Strategic, of course, they have those guns in their hands because they were the ones that bought up head armor and body armor as well. So they'll be the most effective. All 4 of them stacked up here towards Long A. Now we're going to see an execute, definitely going to come to A from Big. There's one pushed up here. That's AZ, pushed up towards bathrooms. He's going to have to fall back soon as no one is going to come in his direction. He could have an easy flank, of course, to try and catch Big off guard with that little bit of a push that he's done. But now he has some support on the site in the form of Config, who had quite a nice match over on Cobblestone. AZ, though, going to do work finding Nex. Now Gabi's going to come in. Good flashbangs are thrown by Big. Gabi finds one. Taps and gets a second. And now Big in a 2v1 Valdi, their last opponent. Valdi also. Strong match on Cobble. He's not going to be able to do it here. Legia going to find the spray down from the M4A4. And that's an excellent round for Big, both in terms of economy and in terms of the damage that they did to North's economy. So 2 M4A4s saved up. Now they can buy up maybe some AKs as well and support the M4s. Probably going to see a couple of UMPs. There they come. Gabi and Kiev going to be rocking those. And Nex and Legia going to hold on to the M4s. Tapson rounding it out with that AK. North, on the other hand, going to do a semi-force up here. 4 Desert Eagles. The scout for AZ. And AZ is going to lose that right off the bat in the first 10 seconds of the round. Tapson pops out, finds him hiding out, and then gets the headshot. That's going to make it 5v4. Kiev coming out towards the playground, sees Valdi, cannot hit the shot, so he's going to have to wait to go for that engagement. Valdi does get the headshot over on Gabi, but Kiev trades it back, and now it's going to be a 4v2. Cajun, make it a 4v1. Cajun goes down to Nexus spray down. MSL pushing towards T-spawn. Legia should have an easy frag. He does. That is all she wrote for North in that round, and again, it's a good start for Big. I mean, it was really frustrating to see them go down so easily in that second half on Cobblestone because they played so well in their first half to come back from losing pistol round, which they're doing again here. It's just little breakdowns, little mistakes that happen in Big's play that cost them. And it's just, they're in a slump right now online, like I mentioned before. They need to pick it up and get it going again, and it's going to happen, without a doubt. They have the talent to do it. Just a matter of if and when. Gabi going to get a nice HE frag over on MSL. Of course, no armor at all bought up here for North. It's a full save. This is big rounds to win. Big's round to win. And Legia going towards monsters, staring down canals. No one's at the B site, unbeknownst to Big, of course. So they'll be able to walk on there without any opposition. Interesting flank here coming from AZ and Config. They could... Nope, Keev's waiting. That's a great play by Keev. Waiting for exactly this to happen. AZ falls, and now Config is like, oh boy, we made a mistake. And yep, he's going to fall as well to Keev spray down from the UMP-45. Cajun and Valdi still standing, but not for long. Legia finds Cajun. Valdi with 19 HP. Just going to wait for his fate to hit him, and indeed it does. Keev finds the third one in that eco for North, and it's 3-1 for Big. So North going to buy up here. Decent utility, not full utility, but enough to get those 5 smokes. Only 1 molly though to hold off an aggressive push by Big. So if Big opts for that kind of quick push towards either B or maybe the A bathrooms, they could get into the site taking little damage, at least from utility. Legia gonna go in here. Oh, he gets flashed and naded to Helen back, and now MSL is gonna finish him off, putting an end to his suffering. 5v4. As Cajun on the A site just kind of deciding where he should go. I think he's gonna end up sticking around there. Keev and Nex coming up through connector, trying to recover after losing their first member so quickly in the round again. These buy rounds for North looked very good all night long. Oh, Gabi through the smoke, almost got a double kill spray down there, but MSL was his only victim. Valdi traded it out quickly. Still, 4v3 now. Winnow around for Big. They might be faking A here. See the molly come over? I don't think that molly hit where Nex intended at all as it hit the roof. And now Nex gonna charge on through that smoke. Reinforced by Keev and Tapson. Cajun spots out Taps, and then AZ and Valdi wrap it up with 2 frags of their own. North gonna pick up their second round victory going into round number 6, guys. So North again fighting back, and Big gonna have to pull it off on this map to avoid, as I mentioned, the auto relegation to MDL. And even if they win, bear in mind, it's still not a guarantee that they won't finish last place. They really did need at least 4-5 points tonight. Only 3 on the table now for them in their last map of this season. It's season 6 of ESL Pro League, guys. You have North sitting pretty in second place, looking to overtake Fnatic for first. 2 AKs up, 3 M4 A4s for them, 4 AKs and an op over on Big. Keev rocking that. One thing to note, of course, is that Legia's struggles continued into Cobblestone. He has not been playing well in Pro League for some time now. He's really going to have to step it up for his team so they can get going here. Keev does find the opening frag here over on AZ. Now a little bit of space for Big to maneuver over on the A site. Next, going to come through connector. Keev, happy to see him, of course. A little bit of reinforcements. Cajun B gonna push up all the way close to that smoke next to bathrooms. Could spot out Nex. MSL's there to support as well. MSL just pulled out his gun, and that's gonna prevent him from firing in time. Nex gets the headshot. Probably gonna trigger. Cajun to come around. Cajun finds Keev, but Nex turns around, gets the call out from Keev, of course, and that'll be that for Cajun. Legia has a beat on Config, not gonna miss that shot, as Valdi now the last one standing. M4A4, and I think he's going to want to save that one. Indeed he will. He's going to run away from all of that fire happening on the A site and bring this M4A4 into second round. As you can see, the economy decent here for North, but you don't want to throw away a gun for no reason. There's Valdi spotting out Legia, who was trying to lurk and find the frag, but he couldn't. And now Big, do they have the economy to hunt? I wouldn't say so, but I think they're going to try for it anyway. They're going to take a bit of a chance here to try and get this gun out of Valdi's hands. Valdi waiting in the upper tunnels here. Here's those footsteps around the corner, so he knows the end may be nigh. But it looks like Big are going to play it conservatively, save these guns. A lot of money in their hands here. Look at the body armor, 2 AKs and op, way above 15k. So that's a good move for them, keeping it, bringing it into this round, and getting a very strong buy-up. Match is going to be paused now. Perhaps North calling a timeout just to talk things over here. They are going to force up, so their utility will be weak. And I think one of them will be left without a rifle. Maybe two. Yeah, MSL and Config, both no rifles in hand. And we'll see how this plays out. Of course, guys, this is going to be Big's last chance to stay in Pro League, or at least fight for their lives in Pro League by facing the top MDL team. Match pause going to be cancelled here. And here we go, round number 7. I am John, JRT Supernarius. You can follow me over on Twitter if you're enjoying the stream, at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end. And here we go. Force up, as mentioned, for North. Full and very strong buy-up for Big, who again are looking good in the first half. Easy, gonna take a nade right to his face. I think he took 2, down to 12 HP. Good job there by Big. Big gonna actually stack towards the B site after throwing all that utility towards A. They pulled 3 members over towards long A now. MSL is the one playing inside of Connector. So only 1 member to overtake over on B, that's Config. Unless they make their position known and trigger a rotation. Looks like that's what they're doing, maybe intentionally. There's still 1:15 on the clock, so anything's possible here. 2 members of Big, R&D creeping back. That's Tapson and Gobby. Going towards those upper tunnels. MSL gonna go towards construction. And 4 members of North now rotated onto B. And indeed, there it is. That was a fake towards B. Big gonna rotate back towards A again. So a double fake for them coming in. The only one here is Valdi. He's going to engage with Gobby. Finds one and then survives. No trade comes in from Big. And North's still waiting on that B site. They're still not sure what's going to happen here for Big. But now that Valdi's gone down, A site may be open. Cajun's going to try rotating back around to support it. And here they go again. Kansas City shuffle coming in from Big. Once more. Triple fake. Now they're going to go back to B. And Config's waiting patiently over at the barrels. Finds one. Gets a flashbang thrown by his teammate over on Legia. And right after Legia found this frag, Config found his second. So now it's a 3v2. Config looking for more. Gets 3. Maybe 4. Still 20 HP for him as Tapson gonna get that molly out. AZ's right next to it, so he's gonna have to be very careful where he steps. Tapson finds one on Cajun, but Config with an excellent 4K in defense of that B site wins the round for his team. And now they are sitting at 3. The economy for Big still strong enough here to buy up, but North just never says die here. Every time it looked like Big had an advantage over on Cobblestone, they managed to fight on back and tie it up, and it looks like they're trying to do the exact same thing here. I think it's just breaking the spirits of Big. Next, gonna walk on through here into the lower tunnels towards Connector, throw his nade. No one there on the receiving end. It's Tapson and Gobby gonna try and make their push up through mid. A smoke thrown towards the bathrooms, and that's a good one, as MSL was waiting to fire on someone around that corner in bathrooms. Next, with that molly in front of him, gonna wait for that to dissipate and go on through. So Big playing it slowly here, and they have 3 members of North waiting for them, pushed up pretty aggressively here. 2 of them outside of long, 1 in the bathrooms. That's MSL as mentioned. Big still just burning time off the clock, making North second guess themselves, and hoping that they can catch them off guard once they start to execute here. North, MSL finds the opening frag on Gobby, backs off, and then flashes Tapson. So Tapson cannot go in for the trade, but a good molly thrown there. MSL goes down to 50. Unfortunately, AZ and Cajun B do more damage. Legia and Tapson fall, and now Kievan next to the last 2 standing as a desperate molly thrown there by Kievan. Cajun makes no mistake on that one. As soon as Kiev came into view, he unloaded on him with the up, leaving only Nex, who cannot recover in time to take out MSL. So MSL doing a good job defending bathrooms, gets a 2K. Cajun as well with the op finds 2, and North right back into this one, tied 4-4 now heading into round number 9. So now the economy gonna be in not too good shape here for Big. They're gonna buy up pistols only, maybe a bit of utility. Yep, you see that HE in Tapson's hand. And North, lots of hardware. 2 AKs saved up from the previous round. 2 M4A4s, and the op for Cajun B. Cajun, Config, and Valdi had a very good showing on Cobblestone. And as you can see here again, the usual suspects at the top. Next, Kiev, Gabi, pretty much everyone here for Big, stacked up inside of the bathrooms. And a 4-man stack on North. I think they got some information that something was going on here. Otherwise, I have no idea why they would be in this position. Easy. Waiting patiently, finds 1, 2, 3, almost 4. Kiev ends that run for him. But the last 2 members of Big have been spotted out, and it will be an easy 2, 3 tap kills for Cajun B, finding Nex and Kiev, and that'll be that. 5-4 in favor of North. Looking in the chat here, mentioning that North has already qualified. Indeed they have. 53 points overall. The only thing North is going for is seeding and maybe bragging rights to try and finish against the finish ahead of Fnatic. Big going out with a quick execute here towards mid. Lots of flashbangs being thrown out, and a 3-man stack for North. Oh, they're kind of stuck here. A good nade could take them out, or maybe a nice spray down. MSL finds Tabson, but gets traded out immediately by Legia. And they're going to have to find their way out of connector there. AZ going to back off towards B, and they do indeed escape. Luckily for them, Valdi valiantly trying to hold that A site, but he gets spotted out by Nex, and now a bit of a chance for Big to get onto the site and find the bomb plant. But a quick rotate from North, and a lack of an execute there over on the A site from Big leaves North with a chance to get on back and find those frags. Config does get Nex. Now the bomb goes down, but Kiev and Gabi don't have much map control here on this A site. Finally, Kiev pushes up and does get that. Finds Config, looking towards AZ. Oh, he doesn't finish him off. Thought he had the kill, but couldn't get that final shot on him. And now Gabi pushes up. Good position on the truck, holding that angle against AZ, leaving Cajun to think about going for this. But I think he's just going to creep his way down towards B and concede the round to Big. So Big, again, fighting back, tying this one up. 5-5 will be our overall score heading into round number 11. For those of you just tuning in, North, the victors on the first map, that was Cobblestone, by a score of 16-8. Scoreline doesn't really tell the whole story, though. It was really close in that first half. 8-7 for North. Big looked great, and they could only pull off 1 round in the second half. Just things unraveled on them. But they're trying to fight back here on Overpass. Tied up 5-5. Still a good buyout for North coming in, as Nex going to lead the charge toward Monster with 2 of his teammates set up to help support him. Tabson getting ready to throw a smoke here on over to mid. There's Legia and Nex, I think, might be waiting for something to happen towards mid with that push going on there. Tabson might be able to spot an MSL here. Cajun throwing a nice flashbang. Just Tabson was completely blinded. MSL pushed up at exactly the right time, and there we go. First frag again going in favor of North. Now a 5v4. Oh, Nex gets headshotted by Kiev, but Kiev had no idea that happened because he was full flashed. And now MSL with a great flank over on Kiev. Valde in the meantime spots out Nex, and just a perfect crossfire set up by North. As I mentioned, you're on Overpass. The CTs can really just come from anywhere. Gabi, though, with a double kill sprayed on out of nowhere in the third. Cajun gonna go down as well. What a play here by Gabi, and the 1v4 has now made it a 1v1. MSL knows where he's at. He's gonna come around and get the spray down, but what a great try there by Gabi. Oh, I thought he had it, but MSL poised, calm, ready for the engagement, didn't panic, and got the frag cleanly and pretty easily, at least in that case. So even though it was a good effort and got a lot of guns out of the hand of North there, Big does fall and get reset. They're going to have a save or an eco round here. CZ75, 2 P250s, and 2 Glocks. 6-5 the score here in favor of North. Big trying to fight back. They're going to push out aggressively. It could be a bit of a slaughter. Indeed, Cajun finds Gabi and Tabson. No armor, of course. Legia gets fragged by MSL, and now Nex and Kiev gonna try and peek around this corner and get these frags. And Cajun doesn't care who's standing in front of him. Does some damage to his teammate. Gets the headshot on Kiev, though, and now MSL finds the last one. So a clean sweep there for North, as expected, with Big's economy not in good shape for that buy. So here we go. Round score 7-5 in favor of North. Someone in the chat saying Navi is leading big time. It's interesting to see Navi play now after they picked up Electronic. It just looks like a different team. It's really they're gonna probably improve their record in ESL Pro League tonight, without a doubt. So here we go. Big, again, gonna try for some mid control. The bomb pretty close to those upper tunnels, I would say. Not committing to either side just yet. Svaldi gonna spray down through that squeaky door, and there comes the smoke towards bathrooms for Big. And they're going to try and get some map control here towards mid. I think AZ might have something to say about that. As Key finds the opening frag over on Config. 5v4 now. 102 left for Big to make their move. Molly burning right next to Next. As AZ waiting around that corner for Next to peek out. A lot of time being burned off the clock here by North. AZ's going to win the engagement with Kiev. Oh, man. I thought Kiev had the advantage there, but couldn't get his shots off. Next, luckily for Big, does get the trade, but now they're going to have to walk into this A site, and MSL gets the headshot over on Gabi, even though Cajun did fall. Tapson finds Valdi, leaving only MSL, and there we go. Big's back into this one. They get their 6th round victory. And they're again looking at a very close first half. Looking to tie this one up at 7-7 here. North could be their last full buy-up of this half if they lose this round. I wouldn't even say it's full, of course, since they're missing quite a bit of utility on their end. Taps in with a quick smoke out towards B. If things progress in the same way they have in the previous rounds, I wouldn't be surprised to see Big take their time here, but lo and behold, Legui has already pushed out here over towards B. Behind the smoke, I don't think they know he's here. And he's going to pop right on through, maybe try to engage with Valdi, but Config gets him as he forgets to check the corner around those barrels. Kiev, in the meantime, does find 2 over on MSL and AZ. So now it's going to be a 4v2. Gabi comes around, gets the headshot on Valdi in construction, and that opens up a lot of space in that B site. Config alone on there, and Cajun cannot leave A site because he does not know where the execute is going to come from Big. The bomb has not been spotted out yet by North. .58 seconds left for Big to commit to either site. Gabi patiently waiting here in construction. A smoke pops off in front of him next to those sandbags. And Big, perhaps not wanting to open up that squeaky door and give things away, are going to back all the way into their T-spawn. They do have the time to do so, especially with Gabi holding an aggressive position there towards B. Gabi gonna get a smoke ready for heaven, and that comes out, and that gives away, of course, that the execute is happening here. No fake this time for Big, and Config gonna throw that flashbang from Graffiti. Coming around, Gabi comes out, he gets sprayed down by Config, so now it's only a 2v3. Kiev down to 25 HP, Config down to 14 on north side. Tapson plants the bomb, backs off towards sandbags, and then spraying on through that smoke. Oof, almost caught out Config, but the bullet's not connecting through those planks there. Tapson waits patiently. Config pushes right into his crosshair, and he makes no mistake, leaving Cajun B on default. Knows Tapson's waiting somewhere around there. Cajun picks up the AK, but too little too late. He is going to go down, and now it is going to be 7-7 tied up, and again, a very close first half. Let's see if Big can find themselves onto the right side of this 8-7 scoreline, and it's a much better situation for them, of course, this time, because North only has 5 CZs up and no mollies to help prevent the push. We'll see if Big reads the economy here. But, of course, when those CZs are in play, you have to be careful of the close angles. You cannot push out willy-nilly. And, of course, Big giving North a lot of respect here, as they do indeed take their time. MSL hoping, at least for Next sake, that he flashes out or something here, because if not, MSL could have an easy frag. There it is. There's the molly out. Forced MSL to move, but then Valdi comes around the corner through Squeaky, gets the frag, and AZ finds one over at long. Tapson and Next go down, and there it is. As I mentioned, those CZs can never be counted out. Cajun finds the third, and now It's a 4v2. Things have turned on their head. AZ getting the CZ spray over on Legia. Now Kiev's going to try and come through, but Cajun's waiting right there with the bomb in his hands. This round, again, going to go to North, this 15th round of play, as it did in Cobblestone. Unless Kiev comes up with an absolute hero play. But AZ with good positioning here. Doesn't get the frag, though, on Kiev. As Auto Director is having a party here, going third person mode. In any case, Kiev going to find the headshot on Cajun, but Config ends the chance there for Big to come out with their 8th round. And now it is going to be 8-7 in favor of North. So North going with the lead again into this second half. We'll see what Big can do on their CT side of Overpass. North looking to sweep this one. 2-0. Big just trying to stay alive inside of the ESL Pro League to avoid that auto relegation. If they lose this one, that's it, that's all, and that's all she wrote for them. Hope you guys are enjoying the cast, of course. I am John, JRT Tsupanarius, and if you are enjoying it, you can hit me up with a follow over on Twitter at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end. I would greatly appreciate that if you did. We're waiting for the second half to get started. Cajun, not disappointing, has 100+ frags in his last 5 matches. ADR well over 90. He's doing the same here tonight. Showing up big time for his team. We're just waiting to get going here, guys. In this second half, Big desperately hoping for a positive turn of events here. Not sure if you guys know how the Navi, Heroic, and Godsent matches are going, but those are very important for Big, as the result of those will impact where they finish, at least if they come out with a win here on Overpass. Big, the only German team here in ESL Pro League EU Division. If they get relegated, that's it for at least Germany in terms of representation. North, the Danish team looking very strong this year. Looking to get into those ESL playoffs and make a big impact and a splash, and hopefully make their way to the Final Four. But in any case, we're here right now. Big is the ones with their backs against the wall, and second half of action is now underway. ESL Pro League Season 26, Big versus North. This is a best of 2, the first one going to North by a score of 6-8. Here we are, second half of Overpass, 8-7. Big looking to secure this first pistol round and tie it back up at 8-8, something they could not do on Cobblestone. Tapson gonna push up aggressively here towards the T-spawn. Good play here by Big, as all 5 members of North are going towards A. Not giving at least a lot of information, but Legia, man, having a rough night. He loses that engagement, cannot find the head of Cajun, and Cajun now walks into the site free and clear. Valdi does get flashed though. Kiev finds AZ. Kiev looking for more on Valdi, but Valdi jumps on top of that truck, getting the advantage and finding the frag. So now it's going to be a 4v3 bomb going to get planted. Tapson trying to find one. He does. Config goes down. Going for the retake with him is Nex. Nex finds the head of Cajun, but then gets traded out by MSL, but still a chance here. Tapson and Gabi going to go onto the site. Valdi spraying down Tapson, but Gabi finds MSL in the meantime. Down to Gabi. On the reload. Going to fake the defuse. Oh man, if he had stuck that, I think he would have had it. But chooses instead to go for the engagement. Misses all of his shots. And now Valdi's going to close in on him. Up close and personal for Gabi. Valdi burning time off the clock. And finally, Gabi finds him just in the nick of time. Big will win this round with that defusal. Thanks to the defuse kit, of course, that Gabi has. No kit, no win. Indeed had that one that time. And it's going to be tied up at 8-8. Just a reminder, guys, that, of course, the odds are entirely against Big to win this match. Big has a staggering 73.9% win percentage on Overpass. They're 17-6 as a team. You look at Big there, 54.5% win percentage and 18-15. They've had their struggles here. But right now, all that doesn't matter. 8-8, tied up here. As Big going for the defense and trying to hold this one. North, surprisingly, I think they forced up. Yeah, they forced up this round. Instead of saving for the AKs and utility in round number 3, they forced up 2 AKs, 2 Desert Eagles, and a UMP-45. Go big or go home here for North. Easy. Coming out here with Config, and Config gets the opening frag on taps, and they just creeped around in canals. That was really impressive. AZ finds a second one over on Nex after getting Gabi, and now Big's defense of this B site falling apart. So the force up, indeed the right play there for North, especially when you play it like that. Very sneaky, coming on through into canals, spotting out the head, and not missing the opportunity to get the frag. Legia and Kiev, the last two standing there. And they're just going to save their guns. I mean, they have to. You just got reset and then you forced up and got all the utility that you could, and your bank accounts are just empty. North might try hunting down here, but I highly doubt it. Their economy is not exactly perfect, but it will be a lot better going to this next round. Likely going to stick with the weapons they have in their hands. No reason to upgrade there for any of them. And North going to pick up their 9th round victory, 9-8 now. They win their force buy. As Big struggling to get going here. Checking out the scoreboard, you see Gabi leading the charge, 12-13, but everyone is below 500. And Legia, 7-12. Bottom fragging once more here. Cajun with Config. They get full flash, but Cajun recovers. Gets the headshot on Legia, who tried to push up aggressive there towards mid. And it's going to be a force buy here, actually, for Big. 3 UMP-45s left and a CZ. It's not working out for them so far. Kiev takes that nade right to the face, down to 80, and then a couple of flashbangs come in. I don't know if he'll be able to recover from that. Indeed, he won't. MSL sprays him down with the UMP-45. Now going to be a 5v3. Cajun going up towards that rock and tree at long. Tapson does fall to MSL as MSL sprayed him down inside of connector. He was just trying to get some positioning, but with that 2-man stack in connector, nothing doing at all, and MSL grabs the UMP-45 for himself. Nex and Gabi. CZ and a UMP-45 between them, and a smoke is the only thing really that they have to go in here. To defend themselves, of course, from the push from North. Nex playing next to Pillar on the B site. There's a smoke coming in for Heaven. Is North going to charge on through those pipes and into canals. All 4 members going onto the site, checking every angle. Nex somehow manages to find 2 though on Config and AZ, but MSL goes right above him, gets the headshot, then Cajun finishes it off with the frag on Gabi. So again, North coming out strong there. They win their 10th round, and with Big forcing up in the previous round, their money is gone. It's going to be a full save up for them. USPSs are all they're going to have. No utility, no pistols, nothing. Nex and the rest of his team going to charge on through to mid, taking a chance here. We'll see if North walks into it. With all USPSs. One P250 actually bought up by Legia, but with this type of buy, this is actually a good play. As you can do a lot of damage, at least to one player. You just got to focus your attention on the first guy that comes out. Make sure you get him, and then worry about the rest. MSL going to go towards long. Oh, what a great nade by him. Gets Gabi. And now, long A is opened up here for Big. Excuse me, for North. We're going to have one coming up trying to rotate his Tapson, but look at that slaughter of all the MSL Config. Everyone's getting on the action here for North. They win that round pretty handily, 11-8 now in their favor. And are we going to see the same thing that we saw in Cobblestone? Will it just be North charging on through to victory in their second half? Or will Big have something to say about it and fight their way back into it? It's going to be a CZ buy-up. They do have enough to get their full buy next round, so pistol armor for them. Next, priming his flashbang. Pretty aggressive play here by North, and that's going to play into the hands of Big. They threw their utility down there. A molly as well. Next, had MSL lined up, but couldn't get the shots off. Taps in, finds Valdi. A lot of action happening here on the B site. Trading back and forth are both teams after all is said and done. Next, still alive here in a 3v2 up against Cajun and Config. Cajun, patience, paying off there. Next, coming out of pit and gets fragged immediately. Gabi. That was a good frag by Kiev. Was going to say Gabi going to come around, maybe try to get something done, but knew Kiev was going on the flank against Cajun. Now it's only Config up against 2 CZs. Gabi playing the close angle, straight to the CZ and gets the frag. Big finds their way back into this with the CZ buy up, and now they're going to have a very strong buy since they had a ton of money in their banks saving up for this one. So they're going to get that off. They're going to get the AK that they have from previous round and round that out with M4A4s and lots of utility. They have a great full buy now, and they could make their way back into this one. That was a crucial round for them, and they pulled it off in spades, thanks to Kiev flanking over from Monster towards Canals and getting that frag. So here we go. Match pause again coming in, maybe from Big, as they know every round here, excruciatingly important. They lose this one, their economy won't be too bad. Legia is going to have to buy up eventually. I think they're deciding what they're going to do here. Looking at the scoreboard, next 15 frags overall, has hit the 500 mark, and he's been the one showing up all night long for Big. Gabi as well has been playing pretty well. Pause is ended. Big trying to put a string of rounds together here on their CT side. Gabi getting that molly thrown right on over towards the T spawn, and now Nex and Legia over on B. It's a 2-1-2 split here for Big. Taps in, jumping over that wall. I think he might have seen AZ, but he was flashed. AZ, oh, he could get an easy double K spray down here. He gets Legia. Thankfully for Big, Nex does trade that one out. So they played it right, and they do survive here for V4. North trying to cover from just getting E-code in the previous round. It's Config and Cajun are going to work their way up towards Long A. All 4 members of North seem to be headed towards the A side at this point. Valdi peeking around, trying to find Gabi. He's playing next to those bathrooms towards the outside, but still able to look on through them. Valdi and MSL trying to ensure they get at least a trade here if they engage. As Config right next to Cafe, lining up his smoke for Bank. Oh, doesn't throw it yet. Maybe they called it off. IGL in the form of MSL calling off that play for the time being. And they're going to be patient. There we go. Now they're going to get ready. This Config going to throw this smoke towards Bank. And here comes the execute. Only 23 seconds left. Gabi with a great flank though. Gets MSL sneaking up through connector. What patience and trigger discipline from him to wait and ensure that they went for their execute before he fired away. So now it's a 4v3 and Gabi threatening on the flank. Config turns around at the right time, gets Gabi, so the threat is eliminated, then finds Tapson at the dumpster. Next, trades him out. 2v2 now. Oh, a shot missed there by Kiev, and that was an important one. Had he gotten it, Valdi wouldn't have had the chance to get next there. Since he was alive, closed the angle, got him. Kiev coming around, jumping around, just trying to get a frag and positioning on that site. But Valdi finishes it off, and now 12-9 in favor of North. Big indeed. Reset in that round. Gabi and Kiev do have enough to buy up here. I think they're just going to buy up and try to do something here. Op, M4, the keys, and 3 CZs. Wouldn't surprise me to see Nex, Legia, and Gabi try to push up aggressively towards mid here. Now there's Gabi. And that's actually with Kiev, so interesting. The op pushed up all the way towards Party with Gabi. 3 members on the B site. And now, they were just looking for information. I guess they found what they were looking for, and they're going to fall back to that A site as you're seeing here next, playing that close angle again with the CZ. Valdi throwing that utility over as North trying to dash the hopes of Big having any chance of going into a relegation match. Next. 1.14 rating for him. He's been the strongest player so far, or as of late, for Big, and he's showing up tonight. Kiev gonna see a smoke drop right in front of his face as Gabi around that corner. Oh man, that's a great flashbang thrown. Kiev could not cover Gabi, and he was completely exposed to the fire of Config. And now again, here comes the same execute over from North. This time it's going to happen a lot quicker. They want to get onto this site and get control of it immediately. There are the smokes popping out. The rotation going to happen here from Big, but will it be in time? As MSL coming around. AZ going to find next. Cajun does get taps in, and now North in a 4v2 as Legia going to get that gun off of AZ. So it's a 3v2. Now the AK in Legia's hands only had a CZ prior to that, and Kiev standing at bank just trying to fend off the advance of North as they're going to get that bomb plant over on the A site. Kiev peeking around, does spot out Cajun. A slight mistake by Cajun, exposing a little too much for too long, and Kiev takes advantage of it. So the HP in advantage of Big here is they have 200 versus 117. Legia on the truck. Doesn't see anyone around, has to know that North is waiting near the bathrooms. Or at least have an idea of it. I don't think they're going to go for this. They're just going to save the guns and go out of the site. I'm surprised. I mean, they didn't have the utility, but at least could have tried peeking around the corner. The rounds are important, but you know what? We'll see if it pays off. They keep the guns instead of losing them to perhaps a good crossfire from North. But North, in the meantime, picks up their 13th round. Now going to be 13-9. Another match pause coming in here. Is it a technical pause? Nope, it's just a pause. Everyone looks to be in order. Unless there's a mouse malfunctioning somewhere, I don't know. So here we are, heading into round number 8 of this second half. Both teams going to be looking to get this one, and of course North with the advantage. MSL, an interesting buy up here, strategic of course, knowing that Big is probably a little strapped for cash, favoring the MAC-10. Trying to farm a little bit of money for his team. And the match pause is going to end now. And here we go, guys. North looking to secure their 14th round victory and shut Big down here. Big on an eco as Nex and taps and going to go into this B site now. He comes out, gets the shot over on Nex, and sprays down Tapson as well. That's a 2K for him going into construction, and North just going to get control of that B site without so much as a blink of an eye in their direction in terms of the frags, in terms of the damage that they took. 13-9, going for 14, and the bomb is planted. Big just going to back off and save these guns into the next one. They want absolutely nothing to do with this one. Legia, Gabi, and Kiev. Op for Kiev, AK for Legia, and a CZ in Gabi's hands. Kiev waiting for a push, maybe a little bit of hunting come from North. Indeed, it does come his way. He gets the off frag. AZ trades it back on Legia. Now Gabi and Kiev, the last two standing, and that's a gun gone there for Big. That was an important one, as North going to win their 14th round, 14-9 overall. Looking at what Big has done here again. Not the best of luck on their second half, guys. Only 2 rounds for them. 6 rounds for North out of the 8 that have been played so far. Here comes Big, what I would say their last chance at getting back into this match. 4 M4A4s and an op in hand. North going to be charging into B site with authority. MSL comes in, gets full flash twice. Going to keep spraying down and finds the frag full flash. Next going to be his victim, Valdi, throwing an HE into pit. Legia trying to battle his way out of this one, but he's going to get a lot of fire coming his direction from mollies and HEs. Just has to back off. Tapson tries to support him over from heaven. He does not. Tapson goes down. Legia falls like a domino right afterward. And now Gabi going to be alive here only with Kiev to help him out. And once again, the second half, not a pretty one here for Big. Lost 16-8 on Cobblestone. Now going to be down 15-9. as they are going to concede this round to North, not even making an attempt there. And I think Config throwing a cheeky smoke there at his teammate, having a little fun. It's a great sign for North, but not so good for Big. Cajun gonna be going towards the T spawn, looking to spot out perhaps Gabi, who's saving. Oh, you think he might have heard that gun switch. Gabi, his position given away. Cajun, oh, actually looks away at the wrong time. Gabi gets a free op. There you go. So Gabi picks up the op. Now gonna have a double op setup for Big, and that's good news for them. Kiev gonna grab one of those. And Gabi, no, he's gonna drop it for Legia, who is known to use that op on occasion. Here we go, last chance for Big. 6 match points for North, as Legia and Nex going to be playing towards Canals here with Tabson inside of Heaven. Config gets the first frag on Big. Kiev goes down. There's Gabi, though, to the rescue once more with their backs against the wall. He's played quite well in these situations tonight. Gets Config, so a good trade. 4v4, Tabson throwing the smoke there towards sandbags. That's going to pop off. Valdi, AZ. Right around the corner is AZ. Cajun finding that frag over on Gabi, and now it's a 4v3, guys. Big desperately trying to hang on here. Tabson, Nex, and Legia all on the B site. Even so, they cannot hold off Valdi, who comes in behind that smoke, finds Nex, and now Tabson and Legia just staring around. We'll have to be wondering what on earth went down tonight. North gonna rotate on back towards the A site, perhaps knowing that Legia and Tabson have played here regularly. And there they go, creeping their way onto A. MSL already has full control of it, so he's called out to his team, hey guys, just come to A. I got it on lockdown. Get this bomb plant. Let's end this match. Big, if they lose this round, will be relegated no matter what. And Legia does fall, leaving only Tabson against MSL, Cajun, AZ, and Valdi. So much fragging power there. I don't think that Tabson's going to be able to pull this one off. But he's got a great flank here. Oh my goodness. Over on Cajun, and AZ goes for the knife, and maybe another. Why didn't he just pull out his gun there? Just could have gotten the frag over on AZ, but instead he goes down 16-9. How similar to Cobblestone was that second half? A little too similar for my liking, and Big do indeed end up in the worst case scenario. 0-2 tonight up against North, 16-8 for North on Cobblestone, 16-9 on Overpass. And it just seemed like they couldn't bring their momentum and everything they were doing on their first halves to their second. They started on T side, on Overpass, and CT side, so it's not about which side they're starting on, just cannot get things going. The little mistakes, the little things that are happening here and there, costing them. So that's going to be that, guys. What a great match, though, for North. They've come out, they've won their 15th and 16 matches. They are 16-7, their final record overall, in the regulation time, they're 18-7 overall in the league now for ESL Pro League. They're going to be going in perhaps in first place. We'll see what happens with the Fnatic matches. Guys, I will be back later tonight for Splice versus CLG, some North American action coming your way. Hope you'll tune in for that one. But I am John, JRT Tsupanarius, and I'm going to be signing off for now. If you want to give me a follow over on Twitter, I'm going to type it out here inside of the chat if you're interested. You don't have to, but it would be great. I would appreciate your support, and I'll be sure to tweet out when that Splice match starts. So again, I will see you guys later tonight. Have a great one.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
body, 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 body. Oof, 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 oof. Flexion, 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 flexion.
Hey, what's good everybody? I'm gonna be making my way out of this chair finally in December again for the ESL Pro League finals in Denmark or Dansk. You can join me, we can have a good time, we can watch the best teams in the world battle it out for the trophy.
Across, nice, no scope, looks for the other. Device! How sick!
Good luck everybody, see you on the Dansk.